What's up, everybody? Cyclone, back with another video. And today, we're going back on the streets. Literally. This is the 2021 edition. This can is 2 weeks old, which is perfect condition for drinking. It's a little over 2 weeks old, actually. But it's perfect to have these beers at about 2 to 4 weeks old. So this is an 8 hop monster. Normally, I didn't actually review the differences between this and last year's, but I will tell you that this year's is smaller at 10% alcohol. They released something called Streets on Streets, or Streets on Top of Streets, and that was this past week, but I just didn't have time to go during the week, so that sold out like that. Probably an even more amped up version, but the Streets is amped up plenty, so like I have no doubt this will be full of flavor. This is on my favorite beers. This beer, this series. I did not have last year's because of the pandemic. This came out basically right when lockdown was starting, so I think it screwed up everything. And I heard mixed things about last year's, but we're back, and we're gonna pour it. Very good nose. Very nice. A lot of peach candy coming out. Oh, that's good. I like smelling peach candy. That's a good smell. That's a good scent. That's a good scent. That's a good scent. So, all right. I'm getting a nice dark haze. A dark hay color. This is typical. A very nice citrus aroma. Just from here, I can smell it. And I'm just going to get a paper towel. So, what are we looking at here? An aggressive pour, almost 3 fingers of very rocky foam. There are some compact bubbles on the bottom. It gets a little soapier up top. But it looks really nice. Everything's there. Tons of almost dried apricot smell. Like tons of citrus. We're talking everything. They do always. I love this beer. So citrusy. It's ridiculous. It is so ridiculous. It's everything. It's the fruit medley. It's every tropical experience like you could ever ask for. There's kiwi in here. Maybe some like guava or passion fruit even. Grapefruits, oranges, mangoes, everything. Everything's here. Let's walk on the streets, man. Let's see what this year brings. Cheers. Okay. I'm a little shocked by the dryness there. Hold on a second. Let me swirl the whole thing in. Tons of hops. There's a nice green note to this. We're definitely getting some of the spring onion scallion situation. Wow. Hold on. Wow. Drinkability is off the chain. There's a ton of fruit rind in here. I'm getting like tons of fruit rind. Very pithy. Very dry and pithy. I'm almost like, I'm kind of surprised about that. Definitely drier and sharper than I was anticipating from the nose. I'm not really getting the orange smoothie. I'm getting a ton of grapefruit pith, orange pith, unripened mango, some apricot perhaps. A little bit of lemon zest is in there. It's very good, but it's just like I'm a little bit surprised from the nose versus the taste. Let me smell it again. Okay, so there, I am noticing in the nose that there is this herbal essence. It's that green, grassy dankness. It's definitely in here. Hey guys, Cyclone back here with the Streets 2021 edition. This is a really good beer. This is a very well-made beer. It's very drinkable. It's very balanced. The mouthfeel and texture are really good. But the juice is not sweet enough. It's very green. It's very piney. And it's a little too much, in my opinion, to get the perfect score. I'm getting tons of hops. I mean, the hops are just lingering all day long. I do give points for that because you're buying a hop monster. When I get a hop monster, I want to be oversaturated with hoppy goodness, so it totally gets that part down. I just wish the juice note was more prevalent. I'm getting tons of pith and pine and bitterness, but that front mouth juicy note is just not there. Most of the flavor is actually in the back, where all that pithy, piney dryness comes in. 97. And that's going to do it. 4.44 on Untapped. I believe that covers all of the varieties because there's 13,000 ratings. That's all of them. That's not just this year's. So, yeah, and the description is actually for the original, the 4th year anniversary. So, a great beer, but just not quite that perfect one that I was looking for. And there it is, guys. Another review in the books, and that's going to do it. Cyclone signing out. There will be a couple more beer reviews coming, so stick around. Cyclone with my second beer from the Trillium trip. This one is very interesting. This is one of their New Street series. And actually, it's probably, I might keep one of these cans because this artwork is absolutely fabulous. This is the double dry hop edition of Comm Ave. Look at this. Now, Comm Ave is a road I know very well. I drive on it all the time. It is a street that comes basically from the Common, Comm Ave, all the way through and then into even Brighton and the neighboring, and even into Newton, and it goes west. So it's a really cool street. It's also used on the Marathon route. That is a fantastic can art. I dig that a lot. This is a fresh can, 318, and today's 328, so 10 days old. It's 8.2%, but it's double dry hopped. What does this one bring? Because I've never had the original or this one, so I'm very interested to see. Not a ton of nose on the can, but a nice yellow hay color coming out. Ooh, this looks old school. This looks pretty old school to me. Look at that color. What do you guys think? Does that not look like the old school grapefruit juice from Trillium? Look at that. Very murky, very rocky, foamy bubbles. Some tight ones in between, but the head's dissipating very fast. Look at how fast that head is dissipating. Looks like, almost looks like lemonade. Very yellow, very hay-like. Wow. Not much going on. It's a little cold. It's just out of the refrigerator, but head was gone within seconds. This is a weird one. You know, I don't think I've ever seen a head dissipate that quickly on an IPA. That's very odd. Usually at least there's something left. And the nose is also fairly muted. Is this just really too cold? Like, it is cold, so this may have to warm before I really start reviewing it, but yeah, some like grapefruit pith in there, and I'm not getting much else. Well, let's try it. I'm getting really. That's unusual for an IPA. Why did the head just completely disappear? It's like maybe it was fermented for too long. Who knows? Let's try it. Okay. That's old school. So they say that this beer is letting the Citra hop shine, but it doesn't say that it only uses Citra hop. They said we built a plush double IPA base for Citra to shine upon. Now, if it's a single Citra beer, like, it's so good, it's really good. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. There's this mid-mouth juiciness that comes out, like grapefruit sorbet, which is what they say on the site. It's like this grapefruit, pineapple-y, slightly mango-y, slightly orangey thing right in the middle of the mouth. It just goes bah. Then there's this like slight peppery spiciness that comes in at the end. It's not piney per se. It's kind of peppery. It's a little spicy. I really dig it. I really dig this beer. It's fabulous. And it's also old school in its style. The color, the lack of head, you can knock that all you want, but I just care about what it tastes like. I don't care about the head on the glass. Big freaking deal. If it tastes like this, I will take lack of head and lack of lacing every day. So, it's a 10. Once it warms, you do get the nose. And you get that like grapefruity sort of thing. It's very citrusy, kind of juicy. It's not green. There's not too much green in here. It's that core citrus you're looking for. And it does pop in the mouth. There it is. That's delicious. That is what I'm looking for. That's a 10. That is freaking good stuff. Drink it at room temperature. I will say it got substantially better as it warmed. Sometimes the beers they get progressively better. This got noticeably better as it reached temperature. So drink it warm. Drink it at room temperature. Let it sit out on the counter for about 10-15 minutes before you have it. That's my advice. It's a 10. It's fabulous. 4.4 on Untapped. That's a very good score, especially if it's true for a single hopped IPA. Even if it's double dry hopped, single hopped beers can only go so far, but seeing a 4.4 here, very good stuff.